Braum, the heart of the Freljord. Out of all the wee kiddos in the Freljord, Braum was always the biggest. Though, large as he was, his mama taught him well, to tower over others, but not in order to oppress them, but to protect them. This way of life was in his blood, in his heritage. See, he came from a family of honorable herders who believed that true courage comes from safeguarding those who can't defend themselves. Braum was still but a young'un when a nearby tribe got rolled over by some ice giants, and despite the fact that that tribe had always taken the liberty of smacking around Braum's, his mama didn't spare a moment's hesitation in setting out to give them some much-needed aid, life-giving supplies, things like furs, food, and medicine. This baffled young Braum at first. He wasn't sure why his mother'd up and selflessly helped their enemies like that. Then it clicked. She had saved so many lives, and that tribe that had once been their bitter enemy was now a great ally. His mom always said that the Freljordians were all one big family, and so from then on, he vowed to wrangle 'em all together. To the surprise of no one, Braum turned out to be one of the legendary Iceborn. The people of the Freljord are of already incredibly tough stock, but Braum, his fortitude was legitimately superhuman. Through the values instilled in him by his mama, he rose in fame. He saved children who'd fallen into cracks, guided lost folk out of blizzards, even protected innocents from ever-ravenous Freljordian fauna. He was a local hero, someone you could and wanted to count on. When he showed his smiling face, you knew that everything was going to be A-okay. Hell of a magnetic personality, too. You couldn't help but be his friend when all's said and done. As time wore on, it became apparent to Braum that he needed to set out past the constraints of the valley he had called home. He bid his mama farewell for now, with a big ol' emotional Braum hug, and went off to help the rest of the icy lands of the Freljord. From there the legend of Braum grew. Word spread fast of the almost too good to be true actions of a Freljordian do-gooder, oftentimes to the point of tall-tale implausibility. Like the time Braum was said to have single-handedly relocated an entire homestead up a mountain, away from an active volcano. Or the time when Braum, all by his lonesome, took an entire forest down in a single night. Oh, with no saw or axe or chopping implement. Stories like that. That massive shield that Braum carries. You know, the one with that ram on it that would shatter any normal man's back to even think about lifting. The tale behind that one is that it's an enchanted vault door. Long ago, someone placed that sucker in the side of a mountain, and one day Braum was just strutting along when he heard what sounded like someone crying. Someone needed help from behind that door. He tried to knock the door down, try as he might. No dice. No big deal for Braum, though, because he just moved slightly to the side and punched his merry way right through the rock. Inside, he found a young boy who incidentally happened to be a troll. And he was so impressed by the resilience of that door that had bested the mighty Braum that he decided to use it as a shield on the rest of his heroic escapades. When Braum himself was told the story of the troll boy and the mountain door, he exploded into a fit of mirthful laughter. He doesn't ever deny the slightly enhanced stories about his life. Who was he to let a little exaggeration get in the way of feats? All that matters is that they were carried out with a pure heart. Throughout his travels, Braum eventually ended up at Reykjavik, a sacred Freljordian gathering site. The countless tribes had massed together to hear the great Avarosan War Mother Ash, who was said to be the reincarnation of the legendary hero Avarosa herself. Amongst this gathering, Braum first laid eyes on Tryndamere, doggedly doing all he could to prove his worth, in true reckless barbarian fashion. As Braum looked on, he could see Tryndamere slowly creeping toward maniacal derangement. During one duel, in a long line of many, Tryndamere soundly defeated his opponent, but he didn't stop there. It looked as if he was going to kill the already beaten man. Braum hopped in, never being a fan of being a bystander, raising that invincible shield to protect that bested fella. Tryndamere bashed and crashed and thrashed against Braum's perfect defense. And finally, when Tryndamere's cloud of rage subsided, it was Braum who eased him back to reality. A perfect defense coupled with a perfect helping of good humor was all the situation needed. They became good friends, sharing drinks and laughter with one another. It's even said that Ashe first met Tryndamere after Braum introduced him to her. And we all know how that turned out. You don't? Tryndamere became Ashe's bloodsworn? They married each other. According to Braum, all of the Freljord is his family, meaning that no single tribe can claim him as their own. He sees in Ashe someone that can bring together the battered, feuding Freljordian tribes, and so he is eagerly welcomed into the Avarosan cause. When asked by the many children who adore him what he wants, Braum simply tells them that he wishes the Freljord to come together as one giant family, so that he can go off and live his real dream of poro herding. Braum is too good-natured to call anyone truly his enemy, even having encountered the Frostguard a few times on his travels. He's not sure why they didn't take too kindly to him, or even why they even care so much about his wondrous shield.